What is the starting salary for a teacher?
That's the first question you ask? I'm just kidding. Depends on where you live. So the Bay Area is a place of high inflation, so everything's more expensive here. The starting salary for a teacher is going to be somewhere between $40,000 and $50,000. If you go to like the Central Valley where people don't make so much money, you're talking probably like $36,000. So it just depends on where you are. Also, if you have a master's degree, you're going to start a little bit higher up on the pay scale. If you have more units, if you've taken more units past just like your basic teaching credential, you'll go up on the pay scale.
Right. Do you buy the materials, or does the school pay for them?
It just depends. Sometimes if I know far enough ahead of time, I can get the materials and I can get the school to pay for them. Particularly with our program, there's just not a ton of money to go towards supplies, so I end up sometimes biting it and just buying the supplies for the class. But if you're in a comprehensive school, you will more likely get things paid for.
How much education do you have to go to become a teacher?
So graduate from high school, then a 4-year degree from some sort of university, and then after that it's a 1-year credential program. So basically 5 years after high school.
What attitude or personality do you have to become a teacher?
You have to be attitude. You have to believe in students. You have to believe that they can succeed. You've got to be very flexible. You need to basically have many different sort of personalities. You have to be a kind of a, what's the word I'm looking for? You have to be like a counselor at sometimes. Sometimes you have to also just be a very, very stern person. So you have to basically play a whole bunch of different roles. Sometimes you really have to get onto a student. Sometimes you need to kind of step back and let them do their own thing. You've got to be a leader. You've got to know how to hold your ground. You've got to really, really know your material, and you have to be really passionate about it. So, yeah. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. How many hours a week minimum does a teacher have to work?
It depends on who you are as a teacher. Most teachers, it's supposed to be a 8-hour-a-day job. I'd say most teachers usually go over that a little bit. So for me, I usually get in around 7 and leave around 3. So that's about 8 hours, and then I'll do maybe an hour or two of work at home. So looking at maybe somewhere between 40 and 50 hours a week, sometimes 60 hours a week, depending on what's going on.
All right. Well, that's it. All right. Thank you.
Uh-huh.